power of the administrative state to impose radical and unpopular policies that could never be passed by Congress violates the separation of powers established by the Constitution and is a failed business model for running a country. The two bills that I am here to discuss today will help restore Congress's legislative primacy, increase the accountability of policymakers to the American people, and rein in the administrative state. Neither of these bills should be controversial. The first is H.R. 277, the Regulations from the Executive in Need of Scrutiny Act, also known as the REINS Act. This bill is extremely important to Congress reclaiming its rightful authority and responsibility to legislate. I therefore think it is important that we focus on the purpose of the bill rather than on extraneous matters that are more politically motivated than policy-oriented. According to Section 2, titled Purpose, the purpose of this act is to increase accountability for and transparency in the federal regulatory process. Section 1 of Article 1 of the United States Constitution grants all legislative powers to Congress. Over time, however, Congress has excessively, and I would argue unlawfully, delegated its unconstitutional charge while failing to conduct appropriate oversight and retain accountability for the content of the laws that it passes. By requiring a vote in Congress, the REINS Act will result in more carefully drafted and detailed legislation and improve regulatory process, and a legislative branch that is truly accountable to the American people for the laws imposed upon them. Now again, what I can't figure out is why anyone would oppose this. The REINS Act is drafted to address what is often referred to as the non-delegation doctrine, which is a judicially created concept that has resulted in a dramatic shift in power and accountability from the legislative branch to the executive branch. The non-delegation doctrine is what has justified moving regulatory power from Congress to the agencies. It is what has allowed regulatory agencies to adopt regulations and even guidance documents that may impose economic costs in the billions of dollars on certain industries and